everyone, my name is Shelby. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about body confidence. This video is meant for people who are thin, bigger, short, tall, have acne, don't have acne, people who are males, females, and everywhere in between. This video is meant for everyone who struggles with body confidence and how they feel about their body, and I hope that I can help everyone with this video. First, before I give you some tips on how to improve your body confidence, I just wanted to talk about my story with my own body confidence and eating and weight loss and all of that. I'm generally a pretty confident person. Of course, everyone has their moments where they're feeling a little bit off, they don't really feel the best about themselves or their body. So everyone has those days. I of course have those days, but I used to be a lot worse with how I felt about my body. I used to struggle with eating and I counted calories a lot. I had a journal. I would measure my legs, my arms, and my waist every day and I would write it in that journal. I think I actually have it here. Yeah. Every day I would write down what I would eat and how many calories I worked off, how much I walked, how much I exercised. And it was full of pictures of very thin girls. So I'd have pictures, this is an example of the pictures that I would have in there. It's just horrible. I was in a horrible state of mind for years of my life. But it caused a lot of problems just in myself and with relationships that I had with other people. And I grew up in a family where dieting and stuff is really common. My mom is usually on a diet. She's probably still on a diet now. She watches her calories really carefully. And it's good. I'm glad she wants to be healthy. I support people being healthy. That's a great thing. I just interpreted their behavior incorrectly. I took it and went to the extreme. I would run on the treadmill for hours a day and I was not eating enough, and yeah, it was a bad time. And my grades dropped, I slept all the time. I didn't really have friends anymore because all I cared about was food. I had one friend on the internet. We met because of our weird obsession with food and all of that, and we would Skype all the time and I would tell her to not let me eat. Yeah, it's just not good. And I've always felt I'm fat now. I can say I'm fat. I'm not trying to put myself down by saying that. It's just true, I am fat. But I'm not tearing myself up about it anymore. I've always felt fat from even whenever I was really young. The first time I ever remember thinking oh my god, I'm so fat is I was really young. I was at an amusement park with my dad and my sister. And I was sitting on a Ferris wheel, and you know how your feet dangle, and whenever your feet are dangling, your thighs are squished out as fat as they can go, and everyone's legs look fat when you do that, everyone's. And I remember I was so young and I looked down at my legs and I was oh my god, my legs are so fat, I'm fat. And that was the first time I ever remember having this thought in my head and just thinking I'm so young. How did I even know what that meant? And I had this friend. She was a family friend. I'm not gonna say her name or anything, but she would always make fat jokes about me because she was really thin. She was a really thin girl. She was very beautiful. She still is. But since I was bigger than her, she would make fat jokes about me. I specifically remember this one time. We were, we must have been on a hike or something, but we were walking down a road and we came to this bridge and there was a sign and it said weight limit 15,000 pounds or something. I don't know. You know how they have weight limits for bridges sometimes. Well, my friend stopped me and was oh Shelby, you can't go on the bridge because there's a weight limit and you'll break the bridge. And I was okay. And I think I kind of blocked that out until a few years ago. I can't remember exactly when I remembered it, but yeah, and she would do that all the time when we got in an elevator. You know how they have 750 pounds as a weight limit or something? She would say stay off the elevator because you're too fat. So I just grew up thinking and knowing that I was fat, well, at least fatter than other people. I've never been a thin person. Maybe it was 150 or something. Oh no, I specifically remember I was 164 pounds. 164.4 pounds. That's the lowest weight I ever got whenever I started paying attention. Obviously, whenever I was younger, I didn't have a scale or anything, but the lowest I ever got was 164.4 pounds. And I still felt massive. I still felt like an elephant, like the most fat person alive. And I wasn't. I was normal. I was a normal size. And obviously I'm bigger than that now, but so I don't know how much I weigh now, but I imagine it's quite a lot more than that, because whenever I was that weight, I looked like your average person. I wasn't fat, I wasn't thin, I wasn't normal, and I still felt huge. And I would just go on these crazy diet plans that I found on the internet, like just the craziest stuff that's so unhealthy. So unhealthy. And I hope that no one does that. I hope no one goes through that. Unless you're getting specific notes from your doctor about how many calories you should be eating, or like a specific diet plan, don't restrict your calories. Your body needs them to live and survive. You need them to be healthy and have a good life. I still have problems with eating in that sense, but it's not intentional anymore. It's not like I'm writing down how many calories I have and like saying all these really horrible things to myself if I ate over like 400 calories. And like I was living off like 300 calories a day. Like that was my maximum. And I always tried to run and burn off however many calories I ate during that day. I ate 300 calories and I burned 300 or more calories every day. And it's not healthy. I was killing myself, essentially. I was hurting my body a lot. And that might be the reason why I am this size now, because I hurt my metabolism so much during that period of my life. I'm trying to remember like what years. This also made my brain really fuzzy because I was like sleeping a lot. It just kind of hurts your memories and like your timeline and like the timeline of your life. It just makes it really difficult to remember for some reason, probably because your brain it's not getting enough nutrients to actually function like a proper brain is. But it's really hard for me to remember exactly, but I think I started with my eating problems somewhere around like 8th or 9th grade, and I didn't really become more comfortable with food in my body and everything until senior year of high school. So this was a period about 4 years, like 3 or 4 years. So I went through like a stage where food was like, no, I hate it so much, don't let me eat at all. And then in like 10th grade-ish, I would eat a ton of food one day, and then like the rest of the week or like days after that, I just would eat like barely anything. I wouldn't eat anything if I could get away with it. I wouldn't have breakfast. I would go to the library during lunch so that I wouldn't even have to be around food and tempt myself. For dinner, I would just go to my room and sleep, or I would just avoid the kitchen if my mom was actually making dinner. But like dinner isn't really a common thing in our house. But at this period of time, it was kind of more common for my family to make dinner for some reason. I don't know, it was like a few years that my family actually made dinner. But it's still not really common. Like it's not really something that we do. If they did cook dinner, they would just be like, dinner's ready, and then we would go and get food. But I just wouldn't get food, and I just wouldn't eat. And so yeah, it was just really unhealthy behavior, unhealthy eating, unhealthy everything. And it consumed my life. Like that's all I cared about. I didn't care about my friends, I didn't care about myself. I just cared about food and calories and working out, and it was terrible. And so I can't remember exactly why or when it happened, but it was like somewhere around senior year where I was just so sad, and so I just wasn't living my life, and I guess I realized it, and I wanted to stop. I just wanted everything to stop and not be like this anymore. And so I started trying to improve myself, and I started trying to eat like a normal person again, instead of either not eating or just binging everything in sight. I started trying to eat normally and be normal. And so of course I went to the internet and I looked up body confidence tips, and I wanted to share a few of them with you. These are things that I feel like can help everyone, no matter your size or anything like that. There are a lot of thin people who struggle with their body and get told all the time, eat a cheeseburger, eat something, oh my god, your skin and bones, blah blah blah, how do you stay so thin, blah. Like, thin people get hated on their bodies too. These are just things that help me view my body in a better light and help me overcome that disordered behavior that I was having. Whenever I was going through all of this, I would buy clothes that I wanted to shrink into. So I'd buy, if I was like a size 8 pair of jeans, I would buy like a size 5 and be like, oh well, I'll shrink into them or whatever. And I feel like, and I know some thinner people who buy bigger jeans and say, oh, I'll grow into them. Don't do this. Don't buy clothes that you'll grow or shrink into. Buy clothes that fit you, that are comfortable, that you like wearing, that make you feel good about your body and good about yourself. Don't buy clothes that are too big or too small thinking that it'll help you change your body and how it is. If you do happen to lose weight because you're going on a new exercise routine, you went to your doctor and got a new diet, you went to a personal trainer and they give you a new eating plan along with your workout routine, that's great. Then you can buy those clothes when you reach that size. Don't buy them ahead of time telling yourself that you'll gain or lose weight to fit into those jeans or that skirt or that dress or whatever. Or that bikini. Oh my gosh, bikini body. Every year, there's so many people, girls especially, but people in general who are just so terrified about going to the beach in a bathing suit with the body that they have. Don't hurt yourself trying to have a great bikini body or anything like that, or a great bathing suit body if you're a guy or anyone in between. Your body is great. Just wear a bathing suit and be happy. Just try and be happy about your body. And if you're not happy about it, don't hurt yourself over it. Just don't wear a bathing suit. And if you really feel the need to have a great bathing suit body, then go to your doctor, get a personal trainer, go and do all these steps, but don't go on a crash diet trying to lose weight. Don't work yourself tired trying to get toned for the summer. Be healthy about it. Don't hurt yourself. Working out in moderation did help my body confidence. I did not run for 3 hours a day. I just did like a 20-minute exercise routine that I found on YouTube. It's really easy for people who are a bit bigger and like trying to figure out how to work out. I will leave a link to it in the description if you're interested, because I know a lot of beginner workout routines are crazy and I'm just like I'm dying over here. So I'll leave a link to that video in the description. It's really helpful to me. So working out just a little bit every day improves your body confidence because you're like, I'm working out, yay. It's more of like a mentality thing rather than like I see results. If you want to see results, get a personal trainer. Like, I don't know how to help you there. If you do start trying to work out, just be responsible about it. Don't hurt yourself. Don't work yourself tired. Make sure you're eating enough and a lot more than usual, because working out obviously burns a lot more calories and all of that stuff. So something that really helped me have better confidence with my body is whenever I look in the mirror, I used to think just horrible things. I would like pick a part of my body and be like, disgusting, ew, gross, fat, squishy, whatever. Like all these negative things. And I'm sure some thinner people look in the body, they're like, ew, my bone sticks out there and all that stuff. And I mean, everyone can look at their body and think negative things no matter what size you are. Something that really helped me have better body confidence is whenever I looked in the mirror, I wouldn't think anything negative. I would just look at myself. I couldn't think anything positive at that time, but I would just look in the mirror and I would not think anything negative. I would just clear my brain and I would be like, that's my arm, that's my boob, that's my shoulder. I'd be like, that's my stomach, that's my thigh. I wouldn't think like my thigh is fucking disgusting, it has a ton of cellulite, my stomach is like gross and hangs over my underwear. I wouldn't think those thoughts anymore. I would just look at them and be like, that's what my stomach looks like. Just think neutral thoughts. Until someday I was like, oh, my hair looks nice today. My makeup looks nice. Even if it's just like materialistic things that aren't actually a part of your body. Just start trying to incorporate those positive thoughts into your mirror time. And every time you see your reflection, whether it's in a shop window or in your mirror on your car or anything like that, every time you see your reflection, try and think something either neutral or positive. Just be like, oh, that's what my face looks like, or oh, that's what my hair looks like. And then eventually, maybe, hopefully, you'll start being able to incorporate more positive thoughts every time you see your reflection. Be around positive people. I know something for me that really influenced me negatively is when people would talk about how much weight they've lost or what diet they're on or whatever, and all of this stuff that involved weight and all this. Being around people who talked about that all the time really hurt me and made me want to go back into my bad habits that I had before. And I'd be like, I should still be on that diet. I should still be running for 3 hours a day or whatever. And I shouldn't. It was bad for me. If you can put some distance between yourself and the people who are really focused on calorie counting and weight loss and all of that, it might have a better impact on you. I'm sure you know some people like that. So if you're around those people, it could be helpful to you, whether you're thin or big, to get away from those people and just take a step back if possible. I know my family is really oriented about calorie counting and all that, so I couldn't really take a step back from my family. So that kind of still impacted me. But of course they didn't know anything about this. They still don't, unless one of them was watching this right now. So they didn't know that they were affecting me at all, and as far as I know. But obviously if it was like a friend or something, then I would try and take a step away from them. And another thing that really helped me out is treating my body better. Guy or girl or anyone in between, just give yourself a face mask. Wash your hair really thoroughly. put lotion on. I don't know, just smell good, have deodorant, give yourself like a manicure, and you don't like having fingernail polish on, just trim your nails, clean up your cuticles and stuff like that. Just like treat your body well and just like see your body. Don't think anything about it. Don't think anything negative, or you can think positive things, of course, but just try not to think anything. Don't think, ew, my leg looks gross, and think about all the good things it does. Like your heart is beating, you're breathing. If you're hearing abled or seeing abled, then you can appreciate that. But yeah, so these are just some tips and just my story about body confidence in general. I hope it helped you out. If you have any more tips, please leave them in the comments below. I would like to read it, and I would like other people to read it. You were given your body for a reason. You're alive. Be happy. You're beautiful. You're great. And I love you. And I hope this video helped you if you're struggling with something like this. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on social media. I will leave links to everything down in the description, but that is all I have for you today, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye.